Spot on. This question is a really good one.
Oh yeah.
So when we started recording, automatically we thought everyone was gonna just jump at it. Like we're like, oh, it sounds good. They'll like it. But and a pastor, again, they invited us to church to come perform at a youth event. And when we were rehearsing, the youth president was like, "What are they doing?"
What?
It's like, "Oh, it's a rap group." He's like,
What is
"What?
that?
Can you
Never call you devils. Oh
And
no.
they literally drove us out of the church. Yeah, so when you become selfish or when you become self-centered, it's really going to affect the relationship and your work in the long run. We should strive to explore as musicians. Like, the world is yours. Like, don't just see yourself as a Ghanaian
I'm gonna put that down. The word is yours.
or see yourself as a Congolese.
Yeah.
You know, the world is yours.
Yeah.
Reach for it. Like, I mean, just capitalize on every opportunity to get heard. You can see a surge of like young people trying to leave Africa to excel because there's been so many people who came out of Africa and they moved like 10 times faster than they would have if they were in their home countries. Yeah. So like you're saying, travel has become more like a necessity, not luxury for Africans.
I don't even think we have tourists in Africa. Do we really have that?
Well, to me, I would say this just to compliment my manager because she's the one who keeps me on fire.
Wow.
You can't always get it figured out by yourself. Sometimes they say two heads are better than one. So she's that extra person who gives approval for stuff we discuss, and we're able to make decisions. And she's able to liaise on my behalf.
What's going on, Afro Diaspora Nation? We are back with another
Sensational.
I think we gotta repeat that one more time. Welcome back, Afro Diaspora Nation, with another
Sensational.
There you go. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We have to get a little something out of Major. This is my goal of every day. We always have to get something out of Major, man. Because I see your vibe today has been a little something. Maybe because of the guest of tonight gave you a little something.
Yeah.
A little something.
You see
energy.
me happy tonight, right?
I see you. You looks like you've been doing your homework.
It's about to go down, man. I promise you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another sensational episode for you guys today. Welcome back. For everybody who have not subscribed to this channel yet, go ahead, man. Click the button. Let's get going, man. Let's grow the family. Let's continue to grow this amazing platform we have here, man. Because we just keep bringing amazing guests. And tonight, I guarantee you guys will be another sensational one. But you guys know the drill already. You guys know the drill, man. We're going to head to the hot list of the week. And my guy, Major, on my right side here, he's got y'all. Major, talk to me. What's up, man?
Yeah, so this week...
Give us the hot list of the week.
This week is more about books, man. We want people to read.
we want educational today.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want people to read, especially the youth. You got to read, you know. It's so beautiful. So, again, we have... you only need one egg.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want to have a baby, this is it. This is your book.
This book has been trending.
Yeah, it's been trending.
We need to be knowing exactly what's trending in this podcast, man.
She's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was the egg here, over here, right?
Yeah, a beautiful
She's
baby
beautiful,
girl.
man. She came to the studio.
Oh, really?
The girl? Yeah, she came to the studio.
I did
It's
not get
beautiful.
a chance to meet her.
Yeah, so this book, you'll find it on Amazon. Everywhere you go, you'll find this book. Please, if you want to read about life, you know, especially for ladies, my ladies, you know, this is for you. This is for you. Another one, for those ones who have been through a lot, you know, it's not easy to survive in this town. This is your book. Heal on your term. You got to get some healing right now.
Shout out to Razi again.
Razi, she's amazing. I think one of the best book, I've
Yeah.
read this week. This one is here too. And for those who want to know that, you are not supposed to be homeless in this town, you have to have a house, and this is yours. Mortgage.
More than ever now. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we need that more
I
than
saw
ever.
he's having a nice podcast, man.
Absolutely.
He's doing so good, eh?
Yeah. Man, Brighton knows what he's doing, man. So we just got to shout him
Wow,
out.
that's my Nigerian brother, Bratton.
Shout out to you, Brighton.
Just
man.
find
All
him,
love.
and then this book is everywhere. We gotta encourage each other especially those who write books.
All love.
I think for this week, that's what we have, and that's it. We have so many songs out there. We still have Focus.
Banging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a song spot on. I don't want to forget that before he start fighting me here. Woo! But I just wanted to keep this short because tonight we have a lot of things to talk about.
Yeah.
We don't want to go like for so many minutes. So Spot On is coming very soon.
Yeah, man. Spot On will be available very, very soon, at least by the end of this month. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, man, for giving us the hot list of the week. I hope you guys were excited for that. We got a lot of books you guys gotta check it out on. And don't forget, obviously, to reach out to OC Music on Instagram, or you can DM the group and get all the information out there. Without further ado, you guys know the drill already, man. We gotta get the main event right here into the podcast.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? What's up? Do I give you today a privilege to introduce my guy, or should I do it again?
Bro, you should just introduce us. I'm just waiting to get my questions.
Okay.
What's the point of introducing when you take the questions?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, look, we're traveling all around the world, man. We had a Nigerian community back in the last 2 episodes. Today, we're having a Ghanaian. All the Ghana guys, you gotta stand out. The Ghana woman, you gotta stand out. Africa nation, stand out, because this man is sensational. Like I always say in this channel, man, sensational. Ladies and gentlemen, Obed Psych is here today to absolutely give us the greatest career of the musician. He is a leader of multiple award-winning music groups, and just an incredible career he's had. And today he's going to share us what an amazing career he's had. So, ladies and gentlemen, Obed Psych in the building. What's up, my guy?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
It's good to see you. Like I said today,
Good
you
to see
looking fresh,
too.
my guy.
Man, you look fly as well, man. Yeah, from
Welcome,
head
brother.
to toe.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't always boost me up like that. Come on. You the
Yeah.
star of today. We gotta
You got
make
your
sure
swag on. Yeah, that's what's up.
Appreciate the love, man.
Yeah.
How you been? How's everything going with you?
Man, pretty good. Yeah. Last weekend, I would say I had friends come over from Ghana, so we just had to show them around.
Yeah.
They were staying for just a couple of days, so
Okay.
showed them around. Took them places they've never seen, like the aquarium.
So the first time
and-
to be in Canada? Or?
Yeah, it was their first time
Oh my
here,
goodness.
so
They were visiting? Or
yeah, they were visiting. So that's what I did
That
over the
feeling is-
weekend.
Yeah.
And music wise, yeah, I'm in the studio putting together my album. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, this is what we're trying to, see what's gonna happen today, because we're trying to start from the goal of how you started music, how you became about music. Speaking of Ghana, our tradition here is always to get to know the guests of tonight.
Yeah.
To get to know where the roots start from, because this amazing human being right here, we have to make sure we know exactly, what started creating that, what's the root of that. So I just want to give you the stage, the time to just introduce where you were born, how everything got started, and how we are here right now.
Yeah. So my name is Obed Psych, and I'm part of a group called Preachers. Preachers was formed in somewhere 2009, so 15 years now. And we started as a Christian hip hop group.
Awesome.
Yeah, we are kind of like the founders of that genre in Ghana. So yeah, we've been around, won so many awards. I think about 12 awards.
Yeah.
We've traveled around, performed in Nairobi, Pretoria, South Africa. Yeah, so that's how my music journey started. And 13 years down the line, we all just began pursuing other things. And I found myself in Vancouver. One of the members, Eddie, found himself in Toronto. The other guys in Czech Republic. We just started traveling a lot, and it was harder for us to put music together. So I started like this little project called Wimpang, and typically Preachers is a hip hop group, and I rap in English. But this time around, I decided to go really local. So I was rapping in my local dialect.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
carving my own niche.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was pretty much a shock for most of our fans. They were like, what language is that? Like, we never heard him like that. And I'm pretty cool with that. I didn't want it to be like I'm competing for Preachers' audience.
Yeah.
I wanted to create my own audience, and I did that. Yeah, so I'm still on this creative journey of finding that sweet spot, you know, for myself. So I always just get creative with whatever beat that I have. If it be it Afro beats, dance hall music, yeah, whatever, I just create. So I'm still creating, and most of my songs right now are like worlds apart from each other. You can hear I think before the show I played Beautiful Morning. It's funk.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm a rapper. Yeah.
When you introduced me to that song, I don't want to spoil anything, but hopefully you'll be able to, bless people with that song. But when I heard it, just the movement, it really seems like you though. I feel like you really, when you play that, when you were in that character, you just that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really just electrify that kind of zone.
Yeah.
And when you're a rapper, you also, gotta change up a little, switch up a little something.
Yeah.
You're that kind of zone now. That's why I find so beautiful.
I just get into character. Yeah. For the song, for the purpose of the song.
Exactly.
Like naturally, I'm an introvert, but music makes me an extrovert.
That's a beautiful thing, though.
Yeah.
Because people see different characters in you when you play music. You just have to pick up, You don't have to be ready too.
I'm wondering if the people who are watching it right now, if they're thinking he's introvert for sure. Because I'm doubting you.
I mean, I just got here though. Maybe you can ask why. You're doubting yourself later on because you gotta know that.
Musicians are very intelligent. They know how to. But again, being something, it's all based on who's watching, right? Who's perceiving. In my own opinion, I'm trying to,
You're like, well, which part of this guy is introvert?
Well, this is why we're having this podcast for today, because you know what?
The same word I know.
We're going to get to know Obed today, man. But the thing is that caught me real quick right here is just the group that you started with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I want to ask you a question. Is being part of the group just a very much more... It's like a route for you to start something, and it just directs you into a different kind of categories where you want to be. It's like, did that really boost you as an artist as today, as who you are today? Did that really just get you there, or is it like more like you want to be in the group, but then you also want to have a different kind of part of the career? And how do you differentiate that in between that being able to be in a group or being able to be like a single artist?
Yeah, to be totally honest, I feel safe with Preachers because most of the time when we're performing on stage, we cover each other.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm backing this guy. I'm rapping and he's backing me. When I forget my lyrics, he comes in for me. But this time I'm alone. So I have to work harder. So I think I see it as a blessing because it made me work more on myself. And at every point I have to write 2 verses at least because I'm making my own music. Yeah, but with the group, it's always just 1 verse. Just 1 verse. So, guys, there's a new song. What's the title? What's it about? There was, White and Shine. Okay, cool. Yeah. I just dropped my verse and I'm gone. Yeah, it's not so much of hard work, especially when you get to the point where music comes to you effortlessly. Like when you're a writer, you just write. But now I have to be the composer. I have to be my own backer. I have to be my own motivator. Yeah. It's harder, but I'm loving it because it also allows me to be more creative. Like earlier, I was saying that Preachers is typically a Christian hip hop group, but my songs are not Christian hip hop. They are like purely motivational, positive vibes. Basically, I'm free to talk about what I want to talk about. I don't need three people to decide on the song. Yeah, whatever. Whenever the feeling just drops, I can pen it down. Yeah.
I love that. I really love that.
Yeah.
Man. I really love that. I got a question right here with Major, but I know you're boiling up here a little bit. But you can
Major,
just-
I know this guy's just planning stuff for me.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you have to excuse me for a minute. We'll give Major a chance to ask you because when you see Major start rubbing his hands like this, you know something's happening.
Beautiful.
You know, something's coming up. But
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you just about your confidence.
Yeah.
As a singer artist, did your confidence does it start building within the group, or are you more reserved? Because I've never been in a group, but I feel like a lot of artists who come up and be shining,
Yeah.
most of them do have that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something from them come from the group that taught them a lot of stuff. But do you think that's something you build up from preachers?
You know what's crazy? When Preachers started, they just came to me. They were like, "Yeah, guys, let's form a group. You're a good rapper. I'm a good rapper. Let's just start something." And I was like, "Okay." So we started recording, but it didn't hit me that after recording, you're gonna have to perform. You're gonna have to like tour. I didn't think about all those responsibilities. So one day, one of the members of the group said, "Oh, his pastor wanted us to come perform at a youth concert," and I'm like, "What? I didn't sign up for this. I'm not going anywhere." Yeah, and
now?
that's what makes me know that I'm an introvert. I don't like crowds. So I was like, "No, man, I didn't sign up for this." They had to literally drag me to the show. And when we had the show, it was amazing. Like the whole crowd was up, and I was like, "Whoa, but this feels good."
This feels like it.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. Then I started doing more and performing more. And that was when the confidence started coming. Like when people started singing our songs back to back, the confidence just like ripple effect growing and getting bolder, getting more confident in my delivery. And yeah, I've grown over time. Like the song that I played earlier, Crazy for God by Preachers, it's 10 years old, believe it or not. So I listen to it and people say it's amazing, but I feel like I would have done it different today. Yeah, I would have been a little more laid back, but still give you the punches, you know? Yeah, so...
That's man, that's amazing that you pointed out there because... Major, I'm sorry, man. You know, so let's go to Major real quick, man. But I'll come back to what I was saying, which is
Okay.
very important. Major, what you got?
Yeah. Talking of preachers,
Yeah.
the group was an African group, right? You
Yeah.
guys were living in Africa,
Yeah.
and I've been an African for many years, and I'm still one. I know how touchy and very sensitive is the Christianity in Africa.
Yeah.
When you have a group like that, it's more rap related, you know,
Yeah.
oriented and stuff like that, more American.
Yeah.
I wonder how much you had to suffer to make this idea to really sink into people's mind that this can be Christian and gospel.
Spot on. This question is a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
So when we started recording, automatically we thought everyone was gonna just jump at it. Like we're like, "Oh, it sounds good. They'll like it." But and a pastor, again, they invited us to church to come perform at a youth event. And when we're rehearsing, the youth president was like, "What are they doing?" It's like, "Oh, it's a rap group." He's like,
What is
"What? Can you?"
Never call you devils.
Oh,
And
no.
they literally drove us out of the church. We didn't get to perform on that day.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they found a way to tell us, "Oh, guys, you know, the pastor won't like this. This is too unconventional. Like, we're not really ready for this. So, you know, just later, another time, another event." And that
Wow.
other event, like, it happened. Like, after 5 years, when we started winning lots of awards, the church forgot what happened to us, and they invited us to come perform, and we charged them.
Oh, wow.
After the first time around.
Yeah, you need to appreciate me when I'm upcoming.
Yeah,
you know,
that's the truth.
and I think if they had embraced us and walked with us through, would have probably done it for free, you know. But we became business people. The music just grew into a business, and yeah, we had to let them go through management.
Wow, because I can imagine like that type of music. I was doing when I started music, I was doing more rap music and stuff like that. And we were all considered as devils, you know, in the street. Like, this is the lost kids. You know how African women, especially the grown ones, they're lost. Don't be like them.
Yeah.
Now I wonder, like, you brought that to church.
Church, yeah, bringing the world to the church.
That was
Yeah.
But do you feel things have changed when it comes to that time of rap as Christianity and now?
Yeah, because it was new, it was easy for us to break through. I think it's harder this time for the young ones to break through without money. So when we started, it was new. We didn't have the finances for the push.
Yeah.
But we were recognized for the uniqueness of the music. Yeah, and that was what gave us leverage to perform more and to be recognized more. And, you know, the power of being the pioneer. So, yeah, it was easier for us. But this time, the industry's ruthless. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian or whatever. You're going to pay for airtime. You pay for the studio time and everything. Yeah. So times have really changed.
Everyone is money oriented, right?
Oh yeah. It's not just about a talent now. But then again, it makes me feel like it's not really fair. I mean, when people are gifted, they need to be heard. Yeah. So I always look forward to helping young people. People who come up to me for help, I help them. I've produced like young artists for free way back in Ghana. Yeah, and I've made some artists like great. So it's just one of my dreams to see people excel. People experience success just because they're gifted, not because they're rich. Yeah.
Wow. But I know we're gonna dive into that part where you're helping other people, because once we start talking about business, if we can go back to preachers, you guys were together. I wonder how you were handling each and everyone's mind. You know, being together does not mean we're all having the same mind, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder, when did you discover and how did you get to glue, like really, like when somebody says we go left or right, we all go right, we go left. Because I grew up in groups too, and sometimes we say, oh, let's go this side, that, but no, man, we're not gonna get money there. So and then he brings that kind of like a division. Yeah. How were you guys enduring those type of?
It took some pruning for the group to be what it was. Yeah, we started as a group of 5.
All right.
And then it went down to 4. Then it went down to 3. And as the group was getting decimated, like we just blew up from that spot. And we were 3 for like 8-9 years together. Yeah.
Wow.
So they left before we blew.
Oh, wow. But what's the? Does that happen most in the groups? Like, what are the things that the group's supposed to be looking at more before? Because things go wrong.
Yeah.
And you never know when things go wrong. You don't know how to solve it. Now, how does the groups decide what to follow without getting away from each other?
Especially at that age,
Especially at that age.
Yeah. So, you know, we're all growing and we all have our differences. So it's very hard for 5 people to have just one mind.
But you have one goal.
We have one goal and 5 different minds. But after the 2 left, I think the 3 of us had one mind.
Great.
And that was a driving force for the group. Because I can say that we never fought. we never physically fought or like argued intensely, not talking to each other. There was nothing like that. And would pray together. We would, tease each other. And it was so fun, like being together as a group of three. I think we were just one person. Yeah, the three of us were one person. And that was what brought us this far. I was even telling him that it's not like we broke up. We didn't even break up. It was just travel that came in. I had to travel. Eddie had to travel. Like, that's what happened. And that's why we didn't even tell anyone that we're going. We're like, we're just gonna release a song. We'll record my verse, record Eddie's verse, record Imani's verse, and put it together and release it. But it was so hard to do that. Like, it sounded easy. Easier said. It was easier said. Yeah. Yeah, people will tell you, COVID has made us understand that, you can still collaborate when you're not together, but it's so much different. Yeah. Working when you're not physically together, it's so hard. But we haven't broken up, so hopefully we can still release music when we all settle down. Yeah.
So that's just a dream. Before you go there,
Yeah. Okay.
that's just a dream. Because like
I've been saying that for 3 years.
I can tell you're not even stopping. You keep doing solo and you're growing bigger. At the end of the day, you're gonna realize that one of you doesn't do music anymore. And then you become a big star. You're like, okay, this thing, we can't work together anymore. I have my friend that I was doing music with. He's in Saskatchewan right now. One day he sent me a message and said, "Can we do one song together?" I was like, "Bro, come on."
No way.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Like, bro, come on, man. What are you gonna sing? Because you haven't done music for years. It becomes a problem. Right? But I moved on.
Yeah.
Now, here's my problem. In 5 words, because I know, like, you guys, you left a big memory to the people in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
To get to that level, it means like you guys were impacting a lot of young people.
Really
and
did,
I think there are groups that wish they can become like you.
Yeah.
So in 5 words, can you tell people how to build a stronger group like that, even if it's a group of 3? Like, what are the keys?
You need to understand each other. You need to be able to compromise.
Yeah.
Does it have to be exactly 5?
Just go on.
So the whole team.
To hold a team,
Yeah.
a group together, you need to be able to compromise. You need to be able to understand. You need synergy. You need to just have one mind. Like I was saying, Preachers was a trio, but I refer to Preachers as a unit. So as a group, you have to be a unit. Otherwise, it'll never work. Yeah.
Wow. That's beautiful. Have you realized that travel in Africa has become like a part of our life, to the point that it's not like for pleasure anymore? Other people travel and then they don't, it doesn't, shake their lives, right?
Yeah.
Like you, it's like your entire life has changed.
True.
You were with the Preachers yesterday, today you are solo just because of the travel.
Yeah. Facts.
And then your brothers too, your friends, they're also the same thing. Why is it that supposed to be just on Africans? Why do we have to dream to travel like so bad? We can forget everything else just for traveling. Is it fair?
That's why I'm always grateful for how far God has brought me. Because I was born in a village where there was no pipe-borne water.
Wow.
No lights, no electricity. And for me to be here in Vancouver, it's a blessing. Reason being that it's harder to excel in a place where the foundations are wrong. Like, leadership is the main issue when it comes to Africa. Like, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
No two ways about it. It's always leadership. and it hasn't been helpful enough for the youth. So lately, you can see a surge of like young people trying to leave Africa to excel because there's been so many people who came out of Africa and they moved like 10 times faster than they would have if they were in their home countries. So like you're saying, travel has become more like a necessity, not luxury for Africans.
I don't even think we have tourists in Africa. Do we really have that? Or they come here,
Their own people.
Sorry, tourists. They come here. Next day, they want to change to become student, so they can get a work permit, and then they're like, "Come on, dude, you should just a tourist. You are coming to enjoy your life. Go back."
Yeah,
When are we gonna
you
teach
came with
tomorrow?
a tourist visa. Go back, like after you've seen one or two places.
Say I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much sure even Canadians sometimes they get,
yeah.
they're like, "Wow."
I know, right? It's so sad because family is more important to me. I feel like I would choose Africa any day over Vancouver. However, Vancouver is more like a stage in my life. Yeah, to set a foundation for something.
Wow, that's
And
beautiful.
yeah, Africa will always be home. We'll always find our way back. Like, come on, if one day they say, "Hey, everyone, go back to your countries," are you going to say, "I don't have a country"?
Well,
You're gonna have to go
that
back.
too.
Yeah. So I don't encourage people to leave Africa and forget about Africa, because whatever you learn here must be a resource for you to make impact in Africa. And that's why I still do Afro beats. I still rap in my local dialect. To tell you the fact, we have less than 300,000 Kusasis in Ghana,
Wow,
but I still rap in Kusal.
wow.
And I've performed in Abbotsford in Kusal.
Oh wow.
I've performed in Victoria in Kusal.
Wow.
And I've performed in North Van in Kusal. So it's imperative on Africans to represent themselves and represent Africa wherever they find themselves.
Wow.
Yeah. Never lose that identity.
Wow.
Amazing. That's exactly why I was that the answer you just said right there was my
Yeah.
question for the last question, because I wanted to know how I'm very curious when you make music here in Vancouver, like you say, growing the fan
Yeah.
base here in Vancouver. Is it better here or to be building that base in Africa and Ghana? Like you say, you left as a group in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
So when you came here as a music production, what changed? What could be the difference that you've seen?
Yeah, it was just like starting all over. And
Because because does your fans that you followed you before, do they now make a decision of just following you as a person, or now does it change because you're in Canada, you want to start building up Canadian culture or your music, or does it relate
Yeah.
back to getting his fan base from Ghana?
yeah, I like that question. When I came to Vancouver, I was still doing what I was doing in Ghana. But then
Okay.
because the demographics here, like the culture is different here, and I just had to find a way to make my music more palatable to a wider audience. So instead of probably singing 100% Kusasi song, I'll do a really catchy hook, which is in Kusasi, but the verses are gonna be in English.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would say that I haven't got it figured out yet. Like, I'm still finding myself when it comes to that. So I'm still experimenting. Most of my songs are purely experimental. So you can get on the album or get on my Spotify, and it gives you a different collection of stuff. You hear funk here, Afrobeats here, you have dancehall here.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just me exploring and just creating in any form that comes to me. Yeah. So my fans in Ghana, they did follow me.
That's good.
I still carry them along.
As they should.
Yeah.
All this hard
And they
work.
still show me support. I see them on TikTok, Instagram, and the followership in Vancouver is also growing gradually. So I don't want to disappoint my Ghanaian fans.
Okay.
But then again, I want to introduce new people to what I have, because I feel like music is given to us by God to be a blessing to people, and also to glorify Him. So, yeah, I got to do what I got to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's true when you have that that dynamic of having two languages combined.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of big names artists. They do the same thing. They mix it up, because now when it becomes globally, it's just I feel like it's just more enjoyable. And now you start hearing both languages in there. And I'm like, oh, that's what you say. Oh, okay, I heard that one. That's what you said.
Yeah.
And also, I'm very. But when you go back to, like, say you want to make a show in Ghana or whatsoever, the fans will have to accept the fact that now your music has changed in a dynamic where you know what I'm saying, you're trying to elevate into the next level. So regardless of, they'll still follow that right there.
Ghanaians like good music. Yeah, they don't really care too much about the language you're speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, so they won't
same
be
thing as
disappointed
Congo?
with what they're hearing. They won't be disappointed in what they're hearing. Yeah. Unless I probably fall too far from the tree, though. Like, way far. Like, if I start Oprah or something, that's so far from what I was doing before.
That's really beautiful, because I feel that's like one of the things why we talked about how the Nigerians are making it big now. You know, how they're expanding their knowledge in music and stuff. Just making it globally, trying new different things, trying to collab with, international artists and like global artists out there. So would you encourage Africa to maybe try to follow that step in order, because now we see Afrobeat start popping a lot more, because the world is not going up now, the message is going over. Would you say that's like a main goal of bringing the African artists to be successful? Not only Ghana, but we're talking, you know what I'm saying, Congo and so on, because a lot of people prefer to just stay in their community and their zone, but the secret of growing,
we should strive to explore as musicians. Like, the world is yours. Like, don't just see yourself as a Ghanaian.
I'm gonna put that down. The world is yours.
Or see yourself as a Congolese. The world is yours. Reach for it. Like, I mean, just capitalize on every opportunity to get heard. Yeah, because if you really believe in what you have to give the world, unless you don't really believe in what you have, but I strongly believe that what I feel and what I write on paper is my hard work, my sweat, and my intellect, and I just feel like blessing people with it. Yeah, so just make sure that as a musician, you don't box yourself to location or box yourself to a certain genre or type of music. Spread your wings and fly, get creative, and the world is yours, man. Go for it. I don't mind working with a Punjabi artist or a Hispanic artist, or like I'm actually just working on a new song with Caleb Hart in Victoria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he is Trinidad Tobago vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I am the Ghanaian guy. It sounds amazing. Yeah, so I'm open to that, and I want Africans to also be open to spreading their wings and flying.
Well, that's why we bring you here, because we want to make sure your fans in Ghana knows what's coming. And, that how much, obviously it's not a secret, you've had so far a hell of a career. I mean, just naming, you can go all the success you've had, 2022, 2021, just the artist of the year and so on. This is beautiful. Before we move on to the next topic, Major, I don't know if you want to cover up with the same.
I was actually
there.
about to bring the next topic.
Yes, because we know how incredible his career has been,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
not want to know how the business wise behind
Yeah,
it
yeah,
and how
yeah.
to educate the people.
So, you know, you are a family man,
Yeah.
apart from being a musician.
Mm-hmm.
You got talent for sure. Everybody can see. Even the way you look already like a superstar.
Thank
That's what I say.
you.
That's what I say.
You know.
That's what I say.
Yeah, I feel like I should just go change right now. You know. But
You're
again,
good,
it's a privilege to have you in a room. But we want to know how deeper you understand the Canadian music business compared to the Ghanaian. You know, and I'm sorry, I know your manager is in the room right now, and we're gonna touch some stuff here. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
That would be maybe, you know.
Then let me look
they
out
don't
for
do
the
that.
sign language from
Yeah,
my manager.
It'll be like, oh no, it's not done like that. But yeah, we try to go deeper, right?
Yeah.
How do you think so far, from the time you came to here, so far, how do you think different could be like the music business in Ghana compared to here? How do you appreciate it here? Because you gotta make money, you know, you gotta make your family survive. You gotta protect your music and stuff like that. So I don't know if in Ghana, you know, you had your way to protect your music before you even moved here, and if yes, how do you think compared to here so far?
Music protection, like, are you talking in terms of copywriting and all of that?
You know, like you guys made a song called Crazy, right?
Yeah.
As the preachers.
Yeah.
You guys should live forever making money for that music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I'm thinking maybe because you are grounded in Ghana, so the Ghanaian society should protect you for, you know.
Funny enough, it's SOCAN.
Okay, so
It is though.
Yeah, we were in Ghana, but SOCAN.
so you were already under
we were
SOCAN.
with SOCAN.
Great.
Shout out to Soken though, man.
It's interesting. I didn't even think I was gonna be in Canada, but it was just something we did.
Oh, so you registered under SOCAN?
SOCAN,
I was
yeah.
about to ask you if you're under SOCAN right now.
Right now, yes, I am. Personally,
as a
I am,
person.
and as a group too, yeah.
As a group too.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you.
That's so beautiful. What made you to choose to have a manager? Like, you know, if you can encourage the people who don't have managers right now, what's the important according to you?
Well, to me, I would say this just to compliment my manager because she's the one who keeps me on fire.
Beautiful. Wow.
You can't always get it figured out by yourself. Sometimes they say two heads are better than one. So she's that extra person who gives approval for stuff we discuss, and we're able to make decisions. And she's able to liaise on my behalf. She's able to ensure that like things are in order for me as an artist. So if you can, it will be ideal to like have someone represent you. I don't know how it is here, but mostly in Ghana, if you don't have a manager, you're probably not going to be treated the way that you're supposed to be.
Wow.
Just because they get to interact with you directly and all. Yeah, but yeah, having that intermediary is really important for an artist. Yeah, don't just be that one-man soldier. Like, I do everything by myself. I write my songs myself. I do my beats. I shoot my videos. I manage myself. Negotiating.
I take pictures myself.
I do my cover art.
That's a more headache right there. I'm telling you. Hey.
Wow. So right now you're saying it's important to have a manager.
It is important to have a manager.
But how do you know if the manager is really doing the right job?
You should have your KPIs like as a team. You sit down and plan. So what's your target for the year? Like we have the songs that we want to release. We know what we're releasing right after this, and we plan to do this for 6 weeks and then move to the next one. So like it's a plan that is laid out. It's on paper. So if you're just gonna be like you they say if you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, it's also a plan, you know. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Wow. That's also a plan.
Yeah. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So just always make sure that you have a plan and you have a direction, and both of you are on the same road. Yeah, that's when you know that your manager is doing
The
her
manager
job.
is doing a good job. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wanted to bring up a question about just the promotion of your music, and if you have any advice of how you like to expand your music and stuff. Like, what are the steps someone should really follow? Because when you release the music, you do need a little push, to get that
Yeah.
out there. So what advice you would give to young artists who just are struggling to paying attention to their music? How would they attack that in the first step when you release before they're letting everything die? And you maybe
Yeah.
you mentioned the managers is a good point to have
Yeah.
that, but what
Yeah.
are the points where you could encourage somebody to do that?
I think basically you should again have a plan. Like your everything should just be laid out. Your plan to release, the dates, the songs, whatever, like everything has to just be laid out. If you're an upcoming artist and you have a single, picture it as a business. Like, don't just see it as your talent, but consider it as a business. These days, there's marketing and there's digital marketing. So just learn more. Go on the internet and find out how people are promoting their music digitally. Not just putting your songs on Spotify, Apple Music, and sharing the links, but think about PPC, like sponsoring your ads. Think about collaborating with people, like think about an overall strategy. And that's the only way that you can really thrive in an industry like this. People are on the internet and there's competition for content. Yeah, the internet is a content monster, like just waiting for you to release something. But if it's not impactful, they're going to move to the next thing because there's someone just right there waiting to take your spot. Yeah, so that's what I feel. I feel like music should be a business and it should be treated as such. The investment part of it, the return on investment part of it. You should be knowledgeable about business.
Wow. Let's move back to the business. I know he went to marketing, which is good. And let's go back to business. You are not just an artist, you're also a producer. So you are both sides.
That's amazing.
And most of the time we realize that when musicians become big, they go to top producers, right? And they sometimes forget the producers who started with them in a bedroom. As you as a producer, how do you think a local producer should protect themselves? How much they should own on every song they produce as a beat?
So
based on how you
So in Ghana too, producers just produce and give the song to the artist.
You just pay them and that's it.
And the producer himself doesn't even have what's the number? I see you, or what's the code for every
like the LLC
royalty your rights number, like
that's what the talking also post out there.
I think it's ICU something.
Something like that. It just ran from my head. But producers don't have that, and they don't have the foundation to make money in the future. They just think about the now. I'm talking about Ghana right now. Let me not make it sound like it's general. But most of the producers, they just produce and they're gone. They don't even know how well the song is doing. But as a producer, you have rights to the song. It's just like a photographer. If I take a photograph of you, the picture doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me because I'm the artist. I took the photograph. So that's how producers too are. They have a share in the music, but it also depends on the agreements. So if you have an agreement with the artist that, hey, man, I just want royalties, or man, just buy me off, pay me this huge amount and take all the rights, that's fine. But ideally, think about the future. Artists like Fela Kuti, Bob Marley, their families still go to court on their behalf. They sue people for copyrighting their songs.
True.
So think about your kids. They'll say, "Oh, my dad was a producer. My dad was a musician. What did he leave for you? Nothing." You know. But if you worked hard and laid the foundation right, I think that they're gonna be proud of you, and that's the best thing you can leave for your next generation.
Because I always hear musician, and I'm glad we have a musician on a show. And yeah,
okay.
So we have a musician.
Speaking of promotion.
Okay.
And we have a producer here.
Yeah.
I always hear musicians say, "Oh no, I paid you. I already paid you. Why do you need to come after me again?"
So that boils down to education. Most of the artists are not educated. They just come out. I have music. I'm talented.
That's
but
beautiful.
They don't know the history of music and the future of music, the back and the front of music.
Can you also add, they don't want to hear that, the contracting. If you want to chase them out from the studio, just say contract.
Yeah, so it's just education. That's why I say every artist should learn. Like try and research, try and read more. And you get to know some of these things. Sharing your money is not a problem.
That's wow.
No, like if we played a show, the manager should be sorted. The producer should be sorted. Like everyone who helped you out. And even at times, I feel like the artist should even sacrifice because more of the benefit comes to you. You are the face of the music. So even if you sort people out, you're the one going to play the show and you're the one they're going to be calling Obed Psych, Obed Psych. You get it? So it's forever an asset to me. My name is going to be an asset to me. So I can pay you now.
Mindset you have is
but
incredible.
In the future, yeah, I'm just going to be sitting there and my name's going to be working for me. Yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow. Now, the next question.
Oh, yeah. Okay, go ahead, man.
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
If I don't ask these questions.
Was good. This touched me right there.
If I don't ask
That's
these
how
questions,
you do
by
it.
the time you're gone, we're fighting.
You said you're a producer.
Yes, I
And
do.
the
produce.
questions you're asking is like you want to collect his money. you want
You know, yes,
it's
I-
like
Mind,
some subs are just moving like some direction.
he's been using me for years. That's why I'm trying to.
You're trying to let him know that your grandchildren are waiting to benefit from your art.
We're teaching a lot of artists out there, man. This is how it's supposed to be. So if you haven't heard that yet, it's here. We have a beauty right here, an artist and a producer. So please, carry on with your question, man.
Yes, here's my question. This one is gonna help me, and it's gonna help a lot of people out there. And
Yeah.
this is really like the most important question I could ask you tonight.
Okay.
You have a manager, and you are an artist. You are a big artist, man. I really appreciate your
Thank you.
talent. Yeah, it's
Thank
very
you.
good, and I'm glad for the person who's working with you as
Thank
a
you.
manager. But here's my question: having all that talent, who do you think should be paid first between the artist and the manager? Who received the money? If you get a call right now saying, "Okay, we are paying for that album this much," but who do you think should receive that money and then pay the
Manager.
other one?
Manager. No, pay the other one.
Yes.
No, manager should receive it.
So their manager
But
received the
artist
money.
pays the manager.
Great. Great. Can you explain
Yeah,
that?
because you have an agreement
Yes.
and you know that
Love
your
it.
percentage is 30%
Yes.
or 25, whatever it is.
Yes.
You already know your cut. So you going for that money doesn't mean it's all yours. We also have a budget for the music. We have a budget for the plan. So yeah, the money is with her. In my case, it's gonna be her. But she knows what's mine and what's hers. So
Yes.
I don't have to pay her or she doesn't have to pay me. It doesn't have to look like pay.
Yes.
But yeah, we're just
That's
working with
beautiful.
the same. That's why you have to be one
That's
mind.
amazing.
You have to have one mind.
With
You
the
and your
manager.
manager.
Yes.
You have to have one mind. And there should be openness. Like, don't hide monies that you get as an artist. Oh, you go and hide and play some show.
Is that how most managers and artists just, what I'm saying? Money is done.
I know someone in Ghana who had
I
a
know
show.
money.
He had a show. His manager was so upset because he had a show. He's been playing shows in Accra, the capital city. And one day he got a show like up north. So he had to fly. and he had never been on a plane before. So the people who invited him for the show were like, "Oh, we can only cater for one person. We can only fly one person." And he told them, "Oh yeah, then fly me." you know.
Fly me,
So
leave the manager.
so the manager was so upset. Like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
You know, at least let him talk to me. Let's figure it out. Let both of us talk about it. Yeah, you don't just throw me under the bus like that. Yeah. So when you become selfish, or when you become self-centered, it's really going to affect the relationship and your work in the long run.
Wow. For that one, I should clap. I think
that was wisely. First of all, shout out to your manager. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to your manager for this amazing understanding.
I know somebody who was working with the manager. This is real, true story.
Yeah.
They were working and then they got paid.
Yeah.
The money went to, because the artist is the one who was known, right? The money went to the artist's account.
The artist?
The artist's account.
Okay, yeah.
He got paid.
Yeah.
As soon as he got paid, his wife gave birth.
Okay.
He took that money and he spent it for his family.
Oh.
Now, he remembered now that, why should I pay a manager who just sit behind a computer and clicking buttons?
Oh.
That became a big problem because the manager wanted to be paid.
Yeah.
And then they were not safe, you know.
Yeah.
You got the money, now you start feeling like, okay, why should I pay this money to them? You know, what are they doing? You forget all the work they've been doing, you know. Sitting behind a computer does not mean somebody's not working. That's what is putting gas on your career, right?
This brings me to something I was discussing over the weekend with my friend. We went to the poolside and I was looking at the lifeguards and I said, so wait, these lifeguards, they're just standing there. Are they going to be paid? If no one drowns, like if no one drowns. And we started discussing it and we're like, yeah, of course, that's his job. That's her job. Like, even if no one drowns, he's watching. Yeah. So don't ever undermine people's jobs at a certain moment because they come in handy at where they're supposed to work. Yeah. A manager may not necessarily come to help you do what you do best.
Yeah.
As a manager's here to complement you. Like wherever you are weak at, that's where your manager should be strong at and should also like help you achieve your goals. Like through that synergy, you understand. Yeah. So that's my submission on that point. Never undermine the manager's job.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. You're just pushing buttons. That's an insult. Like you shouldn't say that to a manager. Yeah. You're just pushing buttons. You know, then there's football players are just they're just kicking the ball. Keepers are just catching the ball.
You know when there is lack of education.
You round drama coming out here.
Yeah.
Footballers are coming at you.
When there's lack of education.
Yeah.
And then there's also that greediness, and then there's money in an artist's face.
Money.
I'm telling you, they become animals. They don't think about what you're thinking. They're like, what is he even doing?
But that's also a question I wanted to ask you based on the managers. When it comes to now, when you have a little certain conflicts and people now try to put their feelings and you can't emotionally, you can't control. How do you balance that as an artist? You know, with what he has to take and the manager's position. What kind of mutual agreements do you come with first from the manager when these certain situations happen?
It has to always be mutually agreed on from the word get-go. Like, from beginning, you should all know what's due you. Yeah, so if that is not established, that's when those issues come up. Because there's not been any, firmed agreement to what you're supposed to earn as an artist and what the manager is supposed to earn. So that's where the issues come in. But if you have an agreement where the two of you actually agree that this is what we're gonna do, you'll be fine. Yeah, because you can't just cheat someone when you've agreed on something, right? yeah, you feel the guilt. But when you haven't agreed, you go, I didn't even tell you I'll give you 30%. Yeah, you know,
Communication is the key.
I didn't even tell you I'll give you.
Communication is the key.
Yeah.
You know, are you satisfied, man?
It's not easy.
But
I'm telling you, the guy
I
in the
don't.
back will be coming at you.
I don't have it all figured out. It's just like my opinion of these things.
Yeah.
That's how I think. And yeah, people can say something otherwise, but I think generally when you are even an ethical person, you should take decisions that make sense, and like think about it in the logical sense. Are you being appreciative? Are you being a grateful person? Like all of that should be considered when you when you are dealing with people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, that doesn't only come with manager. It comes with a lot of things
Yeah.
behind it. But you know, as we're running out of time here, Major, I don't know if you're satisfied with your questions. I know you'll never be satisfied.
I will just ask one more.
So this one's on you. The fine will be on you. You're on your own with this one.
Yeah. One more. We know that musicians are business themselves, and every business has to be legal, right? And when we talk about something being legal, we see lawyers too, right? So which means a musician is supposed to have a lawyer, or maybe they, later on in life they can hire somebody.
Yeah.
And we know how lawyers are very clever, because they understand the law,
Yeah.
Lawyers can break things as they can put them together. So who do you think should propose the lawyer between the artist and the manager to avoid conflict of interest?
I want to trust that the lawyers are gonna be objective, and if no one goes behind to like bring in a quack lawyer, that's how I call quack lawyers that are not honest. Like there are gonna be issues, honestly. So I think any of you can, like between me and my manager, anyone can bring a lawyer. If she brings a manager, I will not be thinking, why is it her lawyer? Like I just see a lawyer. So doesn't really matter who recommends the lawyer. It matters the kind of lawyer that the person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking this,
Yeah.
if I come to you and convince you that you should split with your manager, it won't take you too long before you realize that, okay, no, Major is just a bad person who's trying to enter into our relationship, right? You'll be questioning yourself. But lawyers are very smart, and they have tactics of moving you around
Wow.
without even you realizing that you're going that direction, because,
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe that's one of my weaknesses. I trust people too easily, and I wouldn't just be imagining that someone's trying to cheat me or whatever. I always give people the benefit of doubt first, and I can only conclude beyond every reasonable doubt. Yeah. Like when it really happens in my face, or when I've seen it with my bare eyes, or I've seen it happen over and over. Yeah, that's when I would really lose trust for someone. But yeah, we're all human. We make mistakes, and I've seen people come in and out of my life, and I've been able to restore them, forgive them, and just live an easy life, man. I mean, this is life. We're all here to like
That's beautiful.
Be a blessing to each other. Everything that we have is for someone else. It's not for us. Yeah. I make music for people to listen to. People cook for people to eat. In life, that's how you have to see things. Like, just put on a mind of serving and forget about what you're going to get from other people. Your expectations shouldn't be too high of what you get from other people, and you live fulfilled. Yeah.
Yeah, you're preaching.
My grandfather should be proud of me.
That's a preaching. I wish that can be reality. When it's real now.
It's easier said.
when we are pushing cards.
Yeah.
Well, man,
Cool,
Look,
man.
Obed,
Thank you.
it's just we're very happy to have you here. Obviously, such a
Thank you.
great career you're having, and we'll obviously encourage you.
Yeah.
We have this obviously just keep going, doing your thing. You know what I'm
Thanks.
saying? You're doing amazing. Shout out to you and your manager, obviously,
Yeah.
for this amazing. And as a tradition for this show, for these episodes, we have to make sure we give you a platform where you can just direct the fans
Okay.
to remind them where to get you. I know more people
Yeah.
know exactly where to find you, but we
Yeah.
want to make sure we remind them where to find you and to get all your beautiful work that you're doing.
Okay. So you can find me at 344. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I have a consistent handle on X, on Instagram, on Facebook. It's Obed Psych, OBED, and then Psych, PSYCH. So you can find me on all platforms. I try to be everywhere, but I'm less on Snapchat. I'm there, but less. And I'm mostly on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Yeah.
And all those just
Yeah, and my website is obedpsych.com.
Right. Amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing. Well, we definitely, as we're running up, I want well, you have to forgive for this. So one more question. This is just going to end the show. You know what I'm saying? You have to be really honest. Who makes the best jollof in Africa? Country that
You know what it is. Jollof.
we have
Is it the Jollof I know?
the jollof that
Ghana,
you know.
of course.
Ghana
Ghana,
people, you gotta win on this
Nigeria Jollof is tasteless.
one. We don't want to start a whole new episode again. Let's.
Is he gonna bless us with a song?
You want to end the show with a little something a cappella? We can give you that.
Come on, you're alive.
You made your way to end it the right way.
Okay.
30
Do you want a song? Do you want a rap or?
Even a rapper, if you just want to hear
yeah.
something coming out of you.
Okay, I'll just give them my latest song.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I'm promoting right now.
What?
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Put my soul into it when I'm in my zone. When I fall, I ain't never gonna stay down low. Nah, nah, nah. My heart breaks so easily. It takes time for me to heal, yeah. And if God don't be with me, I would've hurt some, bro. I'm on the path of making my own, showing love wherever I go, and all the past I leave behind. Oh, I no go lie, yeah. I'm on the path of making my own, showing love wherever I go, and all the lies I leave behind. Mambo but bad energy, lalagam far from me. Don't come and burden me, lalagam far from me. Yeah, fake friends or enemies, yeah, lalagam far from me. Yeah, lalagam far away, lalagam far from me.
Yeah, wow. Let's go.
Thanks, man.
I've been privileged to see that live, man. Thank you so much for this amazing
Thank you.
acapella.
I have a show coming up though.
Wow.
And it's a So Far concert. It's happening in Vancouver. So if you follow me, I'm gonna be posting the location. So yeah, just follow me on all social media, and I'll let you know where it is. It's on the 18th of June.
Of June.
8th of June. Sorry,
8th of June.
8th of June.
Oh, so it's a few days, right?
Yes, next week.
Next week.
Next
Okay.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
beautiful news. You got to get it from here.
Wow. Is it gonna be like okay? We will know about the prices and everything.
Yeah, the
right.
tickets.
The tickets. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
tell
it's
you.
gonna be like maybe $20 or something.
Oh,
Wow.
well,
Yeah.
there you go. If you haven't known yet, you heard it from
Beautiful.
here. Make sure you guys check it out. Obed Psych on his Instagram. You're
Yeah.
going to get all the information up there about the show. So make sure you guys go on for that. It's a beautiful one coming up. So on June 8th, Obed will be shining out there. So thank you guys for tuning in today. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
It's been a privilege. Obed, thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean,
It was
just
such a
seems
great pleasure.
unbelievable. Yeah, of course, man. We love you, man. Keep doing what you're
We're
doing.
happy, bro.
And
Thank
we're
you.
very happy and blessed to have you. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I remind you to continue to subscribe to the channel. Follow OC Music on Instagram, where we're going to be out there live. Thank you guys so much. I'm your
Yeah.
host, Baraka, right here, man. And you know, Dre, Major on my right side, my guy, and the one and only Obed Psych.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, my guy. We're signing out. Peace out. See you next time.